Whoops.
And here we go.
We're recording.
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
live.
ready? Check this out. Right. So the name of this episode, is "I Can See Seattle from Here."
Oh God.
And, and we'll touch on that in a bit. Hit the intro music. So, hello and welcome to another episode of In Our Honest Opinion. I am Will, and joining me as usual is...
I'm Marvin.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out, but yes, it's Adam. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone.
I'm going to move this out the way.
Why?
It'll unveil
Unfold.
itself.
In a minute, we'll touch on why,
Yeah.
Why?
we can see Seattle from here.
You'll see it coming because it's all flat.
That's right.
Oh, got it.
So before we jump into the fun stuff, Marvin, you've got to educate the people, please.
Indeed. Hey guys, it's me again.
Oh,
I see you looking. Let's go ahead and do me a quick favor and like and subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating and tell a friend or two.
Or three.
Yeah, just tell them about us.
or 5.
And then, they can listen to us talk about Rescue Rangers and
That's exactly. I was actually going to say, Quack. Why don't you go ahead and launch iTunes right now?
Exactly.
Or the podcast app.
exactly.
And give us that 5-star
Yeah, man.
review.
Yeah, Full House, Rescue Rangers, we're going to cover all of it.
Yeah.
Just for you guys.
I'm pretty sure we haven't really talked much about Full House or Rescue Rangers.
Oh, we can go into Full House and Rescue Rangers.
It was actually Jared that said about that.
Yes, indeed.
He threw that in there because Quack has no idea what those are.
Yeah, but that's why we need to educate them.
Exactly.
Because Quack wants to jump in, right? Because we do a lot of movie stuff. Like we're going to be talking about Chris Hemsworth, Hulk Hogan. We're going to talk about Black Panther in this episode, Candyman, some Game of Thrones stuff. Before we jump on into that, we do kind of need to give you guys a heads up. We are about to go on our on a short hiatus, getting us set up for season 2.
Vacation.
We're going to Reunion.
Yeah,
the
that's what it
Promised
is.
Land.
The Promised Land. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
So this episode that you're listening to, and then next week's episode are going to be the last 2 that you guys get. After that, we're going to take a 3-week break, where we're going to be revamping some stuff on the back end, so that way we can come back a little bit stronger with season 2. A couple surprises there. We'll touch on that as we get closer. Keep an eye, of course, on our Instagram, where you can always find us at IOHO_podcast, and also on our Twitter. I'll see if I get my social media up and running once.
He says we're
once again.
revamping, but you know who's having a baby. We're
That's-
not going to say because you know who it is.
Live studio audience starts caressing her belly. She's all like,
Oh, definitely not me or anyone I know. Talking
"Oh,
about
man."
Meghan Markle. Did she already have a kid?
Did she have
Did
it?
she have a kid?
I'm a little,
okay.
I'm a little upset. I'm trying to knock her up.
In Suits.
Like,
Meg, if you hear me, girl.
okay, so I actually thought it was you that was going to have a baby, Will. You were actually going to give birth.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a live
Yep.
birth.
We got each other pregnant. Huh? We did
Awesome.
something that no other group of men could do.
It's like the movie
Arnold
Junior.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, exactly. I'm not Danny
I
DeVito.
was
Over
gonna
again.
You know what? I will definitely be Danny DeVito.
And I will be the fetus.
Oh no! Oh no!
No.
Thing, we could film it and it would be a remake of Junior.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Be
I mean, I'm down
fantastic.
for it. Yeah.
It'd be the Spanish version of Junior. Right? That's how you pronounce it? Is that how you would say it?
Why are you looking at me? It's because I'm a Spanish guy.
I think that's a proper pronunciation.
So let's start off with something just as obscene as me
That was the old podcast.
being pregnant.
Pregnant? Pragmatic?
Me being pregnant with Marvin.
Junior.
My son, Junior. What's the name of this thing called? Behind the Curve? Is that what it is?
I think so.
On Netflix,
Because
there is a documentary. You watched this last week. And
Yes, I did.
And I found it funny that I was listening to the Odd Crowd podcast. They've actually, who was it that saw it there? Was it Quack? No, it was Schmalti, wasn't it? Yeah. Schmalti watched it, and so hopefully he'll get a kick out of this. It is Behind the Curve. And It's crazy. Like I at one point, and this is very early in the documentary. I've only seen half so far.
Oh my god.
But this guy's standing and he starts describing about like the reason why you can see like the buildings as far as they are is because there is no curvature, right? The Earth is
That's why
flat.
you can see Seattle.
Yeah, and he's all like, I can see Seattle from here, and if the world was curved, like I wouldn't be able to. And I was like, wow,
So
that's the dumbest.
how in the world would he explain like land elevation?
No.
And how those cars can seemingly go backwards up hills?
Yeah.
No,
Whoa.
everything's perfectly flat.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the way that the sun
Like a
hits
preview
your
of
eyes.
What?
What did you say about
What?
poutine?
What?
About creatine?
Poutine.
Yeah,
That's about
both.
poutine.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Canada.
all right, cool. Yeah,
You can see Canada because it's flat.
yeah,
I was gonna say it sounds almost vulgar.
yeah. But these guys actually, nice. These guys actually have like a map, like of like or well, it's not a globe, but
No.
of like every continent, like every, and
It's
it's
like they're playing Risk.
it's just a big circle. Yeah, that's exactly it. So instead of it's like no, it's not round. It's all flat,
Yeah.
like quite literally.
Did you see the part yet where they bought the $20,000 gyroscope?
I haven't gotten there. The furthest that I've gotten so far is where they're talking about like the flight patterns, like that's what they've been using to verify everything. They're like, did you notice no planes fly south? And I was like, what? What's he saying?
So, I mean, you saw where they described the logic of what the world really is, right? It's a big, flat
yeah,
piece of whatever, surrounded by ice, like Game of Thrones.
yeah.
Under a huge dome.
Under a dome, which I thought was great. And then you see the little sun and the moon up
And I'm
top,
like-
and it looks like a little baby, like what do you call it?
I was like,
I've
so
got
you're
4
telling
kids, and
me
you think I know?
that's more feasible
Yeah,
than a globe
and it's,
hurling through space?
they jump into like how they're like saying that
Okay.
educated, and this is the part where I was almost in tears laughing so hard. Is that he was all they said that, have you ever had any like scientists or anything on your show? And he goes, no, the thing is that like the more educated they are,
Yes.
that the more tied into the system and brainwashed they are.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait. So what he's saying is that the more you know, the less you do?
Yeah, apparently so.
What?
Yeah. Well, you need to finish watching it and then we'll discuss further because there's so many times where they contradict themselves. And this is how I was talking to Daywalker about it today.
Okay.
And it feels like he realizes he was wrong, but he's gotten so far and he's become someone in this group
Yeah.
that
Oh,
he
really?
can't turn back.
Really? So he. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at him.
He's like, I'm ostracized by half of like the
So-
people, and half of the people who used to believe in me
That's
don't like me anymore. So this small group
So he believes that the Earth is flat.
is what he claims. Yes, Mark Sargent. He believes he's. So, I've never heard of this guy. in
Neither
my
have I.
entire
And he
life.
said that at some point that like he wore a shirt that said "I am Mark Sargent,"
Yeah.
and somebody at the airport was all like, "I'm Mark Sargent too,"
I was like, I was like, is that you?
and
Is
lets
that
him
who
through
you are?
security without checking anything.
Yeah. And
I
the
was
other
like,
lady on there.
We've got the wrong people. We've got the
The
wrong people
documentary
working
did
for
a
TSA.
good job of not saying like these people are idiots. It heard them out
So
in their
it's-
argument.
So it was fair. You're
Yeah,
saying
it was fair.
Okay.
The one lady was very Caitlyn Jenner looking to me,
Perfect.
and she's like, people think I'm part of the CIA, and she described her situation, which was in parallel to the flat Earth theory, and you could tell she's like right there. It's like you're about to make a revelation.
Yeah.
You're about to figure it out. And she's like, nah, but, they just don't get it. I was like, oh, so close. So close.
Oh no.
But yeah, let me know when you finish it, especially the last part,
Yeah.
because there's 2 scenes. It's just like, all your evidence is right there, guys.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
if not today, then tomorrow. I mean, I'm watching it in between doing everything.
So this thing is called what?
Behind the Curve.
Behind the
Okay.
curve.
And it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a
don't know.
documentary from
It's-
2018.
It's just the fact that you guys were saying that they think that it's under a dome.
Yes.
Makes me think of that crappy show.
The one that you love so much, based off the...
Oh
was it
my
Stephen
God.
King?
Yep.
Stephen King, yeah. That show was horrible.
It really was. And the thing is that I enjoyed it for a little while because of how bad it was. I couldn't help but like laugh.
Was it
through.
worse than the Mortal Kombat TV show that was on TNT?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna say
That
yes.
says a
It was
lot.
one of the worst shows that was ever on TV that got 3 seasons.
Okay.
You know what I wish they would have brought back was that Mortal Kombat show on YouTube. Remember that guy kind of like threw together and he got like 2
Yeah,
seasons?
Michael Jai White was Jax.
Yeah.
was-
Was he, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it
Yeah,
was?
the
And-
indie one.
And
Yeah. And,
And
that,
I
he was
s- I
supposed to get a
saw-
movie.
I saw that Michael Jai White. He's in a lot of crappy movies. You know,
That he is.
We were saying
Man,
about
how dare you besmirch his name in Crooked Man?
well, we were making fun of Crooked Man,
Oh, no.
and then I looked it up, and he's in a lot of bad movies. I forget what this.
Spawn?
No, there's some kind of other horror film that he's in,
Oh, I don't know.
and it looks like it's made for, or maybe this was Crooked Man.
But he was in
I
Black
don't know.
Dynamite, and that's all I needed.
I don't know.
That movie's
He's
great.
made some bad
You should
career
watch Black
choices.
Dynamite.
All right, all right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. It's
I will let you know when I finish watching. Oh wow, we've got a lot of comments that we're going to touch on in a second here too. But I will let you know when I finish watching Behind the Curve.
yeah.
It's been entertaining so far.
Oh, it's
I'll say
definitely
that.
something.
And shout out to the Outcrowd podcast, of course. They are like our podcast lovers, I guess is what it is. Like we've got a bromance between.
Someone just
them.
has to hold the camera though, because there's 4 of them and there's only 3 of us.
Yep.
Didn't they call it a podmance or something like that?
Bromance, I thought. I don't remember. But if Daywalker joins us, then everyone's in for a hurting.
Yeah, that's bad.
Why?
Yeah. Just saying, man.
Daywalker's a big dude. He can. He's got Jared. They can make love to each other. I'm sorry, guys. I got dibs on Schmalti. He looks like he's not going to fight back. So you guys are going to have to fight for the Zacks. Good luck.
Hey, man.
Hey, go
Flip a coin.
go for it, Marvin.
Hey, that's fine. Reverse Oreo. It's cool.
Vanilla Oreos.
Yeah.
And with that being said,
Wow.
we want to go ahead and jump over to some comments and I guess questions that we've got on SoundCloud. It looks like we've got a new follower. Shout out to Darth Zigzag. We appreciate all the comments. I guess it looks like you came over from the Outcrowd crew. We appreciate you. What's that?
I'm just letting you know that I want to give this guy a special props and thank you
For?
for enjoying my RoboCop 3 comment.
So I'm gonna need you to expand because I read some of these and I was
yeah.
all like, I don't remember all of these episodes.
Yeah, because I made reference to Robert John Burke, who was the best RoboCop next to Joel Kinnaman, I believe is his
Oh,
name.
God.
This wasn't
I'd rather
your
have.
place. I'd push him out of that seat.
I know,
swear.
right? I'd rather have the RoboCop from the TV show than
Ugh.
Joel Kinnaman.
Who was also Robert John Burke.
Was it Robert John Burke?
No, I was about to say that was some other.
As you continue, I'm gonna look this up.
Do it. It's some weird short bald dude.
Vern Troyer.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
RoboCop.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, both of them. They're on each other's shoulders. So he in our episode we touched on Mask of the Phantasm. In the episode in pre-production, he said, and Darth Zigzag says, "Mask of the Phantasm, best Joker I've ever seen in an animated Batman movie. Mark Hamill is amazing."
Okay.
You got the RoboCop thing?
Yes.
What you got?
It was RoboCop Prime Directives, and it was played by Paige Fletcher, who's from The Hitchhiker.
Really? Was it that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Was that
he was the hitchhiker himself.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
funny?
Yeah, he was
I-
Alex J. Murphy.
I don't think I would.
That's funny because I
placed
can't
that.
I can't see that knowing what he actually looks like. I can't see him as RoboCop.
Yeah,
I know-
me either.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But that's wow, that's deep.
Interesting. All right. I think we all agree though. Mark Hamill is like the voice of
Oh,
the Joker.
he's the definitive Joker
He's
for me.
probably the best Joker. Yes.
Yeah, hands down.
Best Joker across many spectrums. Even though I know people love Heath Ledger so much.
Yeah, I mean,
Heath Ledger is good,
I
but
think
Mark
Heath
Hamill
Ledger
I think, is
live action.
the Joker.
Mark Hamill.
If I'm reading something, it's
you
Mark
hear
Hamill's
it
voice.
in Mark Hamill's voice. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I mean, Caesar Romero was a good one too. So.
Yeah, I know
Caesar
you
salad
like that
is
one
also delicious.
because you genuinely do actually enjoy that performance, and I don't. I didn't like
It's
that
a good
Batman.
show.
Because it shows how he doesn't, follow anyone's rules and just paints over his mustache.
Which is fantastic.
It
Because
looks
he's
so bad.
unpredictable.
Okay, so maybe I like the '60s Batman just because it's so bad
Oh, I
and
hate that
campy.
You love the
show.
campiness. Okay.
That show made me hate Batman as I was growing up.
Yeah,
because
I
all
wasn't
knew-
a fan. I wasn't.
It's good.
And you guys need to watch
It's
the
really good.
how it should have ended for Into the Spider-Verse.
I
Yeah.
gotta watch that. Yeah.
Because there's a funny nod at the end that
Okay.
you'll definitely enjoy. The Dart Zigzag also mentioned the RoboCop 3 line. And I don't know this one. He says in the episode, twice the intro, he said, "Who's at my door while I'm trying to record a pod?" I don't.
Somebody came in during that episode.
I don't remember.
I think.
'Cause
Is that what it was?
Oh,
Live
that's
studio
funny.
audience says yes.
Because there was the doorbell ring, I think.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I just kind of. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't tell you guys. I just black out as we're doing the podcast. I don't remember shit.
Yeah. Oh, bad word.
Stuff. You
Stuff.
don't remember stuff.
Stuff. That was
Oh
my
my
one.
God.
That was
Yep,
my one.
That's your one. And then the last thing in the episode, don't forget to wash your hands. Which, by the way, public service announcement: when you go touch your pee-pee, make sure you wash your hands.
Yes.
Okay. There's a little video on our Instagram page. Just play that three
Yeah,
times.
Don't just use
Like,
hand sanitizer. That's just
No,
smearing it.
no.
That's just smearing it. It's
Smear
not
it
getting
all
all of
over.
it.
Yep.
You need to wash it to get that extra 0.1%.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
But anyway, he said Lucy, great start to that movie, but in the end, she becomes a giant flash drive. WTF? Such a lame movie.
They got
Which
them 1
she-
terabyte flash drives now. Is
she-
it solid states?
She does turn into like pure matter or whatever.
Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah, she
Gotcha.
just becomes like a cloud. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, she goes into the cloud.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
That's it.
nice.
She's an iCloud thing.
Nice, but she's
Yeah.
only like 50 gigs because she didn't pay to upgrade.
I'm checking Twitter because I think we got some comments on there as well this week.
It was such a crappy movie.
It really was. It had promise. I was like, okay, this could be kind of cool.
I was excited for
Nope.
it, and
There-
again, I've
there-
fallen asleep every time I watch that
Okay,
movie.
so I checked
Go watch
out.
Hannah instead.
I checked out when I saw that there was like animals banging or whatever in the
Okay,
movie at the
okay.
one scene.
Yeah,
Like they're showing like history of
Oh yeah,
evolution of just
Of, like-
animals
like
just
ev-
doing
I
their
think I
Evolution
vaguely
and
remember
creation.
waking up.
and
especially ducks because they rape.
And I-
I was gonna say, you're gonna do that rape thing again.
dolphins as
That
well.
was, I think that was
Yeah.
last week's episode.
I
Yeah.
mean, female ducks have fake vaginas because the male ducks have this corkscrew like members. Yeah,
You know entirely too much
I've,
about ducks.
I've witnessed it when at my old townhouse. There was ducks that were raping another duck, and I was mortified.
And with that being
I was
said,
gonna say, dude,
thank you so much for all of your comments, Dart
Yeah.
Zigzag. Shout out to you. We hope you enjoy the episode.
of course.
It's like a sidewinder missile.
What are we, like 10 minutes in and already we've... Sweet Jesus. Let's talk Full
Topics?
House
Topics?
Full House and Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Marvin, you tell us what Full House is about, and Adam, you tell us what Rescue Rangers is about. We're going to start with Adam.
Crap.
It was
Uh,
not crap.
No,
No,
it was actually a good show.
It was a harrowing tale.
Yeah. Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale.
Rescue Rangers.
Anyway, that's the entire show right there.
Yeah, pretty much. it.
No,
Gadget changed many boys' lives.
they were pretty much like detectives for hire, from what I remember.
Yeah. One was
and-
modeled after Indiana Jones, the other one after Magnum PI.
Yeah, and then they
He had his little Hawaiian shirt, right?
Yeah.
they,
that was
they had
Dale.
Gadget. They had Monterey Jack. They would intertwine with the villain Fat Cat
Yep.
quite a
Oh,
bit.
yeah, that's right.
And you had Zipper.
Yep. Zipper. He was like the little.
Yeah.
And
so-
the voice of Monterey Jack, I think in the beginning was Peter Cullen.
Really?
And like 2 episodes in, they switched it to the other guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
If only.
His
If
go-to.
only.
I'm gonna mention him every.
Adam's gonna
episode.
get the chance to direct a movie one day, right? Or like
Yeah.
write and direct, and it's gonna be with Bobcat Goldthwait as like the villain,
It's
and he's gonna be really menacing, which is what's gonna throw
Oh
me
yeah,
off.
Guillermo del Toro will be on there.
it's
He's gonna help with like.
which it's funny you say about GDT.
Mm-hmm.
He was in It's Always Sunny, and his cameo is hilarious.
That's awesome.
Really?
So,
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't even hear about
Isn't
that.
that a time zone GDT?
GDT,
Close enough.
and it's a director.
That's
Whoa.
a biggie rhyme.
I know,
GDT, P-O-P-P-A.
But no, I actually have fond memories of Rescue Rangers. I don't remember the show too much, but I remember that it was one of my favorites back
That
in
game
the day.
was lit.
Like it was good.
That's what kids say, right? Lit.
Yeah, it was.
I think so.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, I think that's their thing now.
Dude, that show,
Multi-verify.
Yeah.
that show was fire, yo.
Yeah, dog. Fortnite dances abound.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Rescue
And-
Rangers, pure fire.
Exactly.
So I did enjoy Rescue Rangers. It was a good show.
But it was up there with other ones
Like Darkwing Duck,
like
and
Tailspin,
Darkwing
Darkwing.
Duck,
Oh,
Tailspin.
Yeah.
Dude, it was even up there with Gummy Bears.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't actually.
Gummy
You don't remember Gummy Bears? They
Bears.
would go and like get wasted off of the gummy berry
Of
juice.
the juice, and they would bounce all over the
They
place.
think they were just jumping high, but they were just high.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was acid. They were dropping acid, thinking they're going on grand adventures, but they're just doing drugs.
I was just thinking that there was like some kind of liquid cocaine, and they were coked up. Bouncing
Oh,
around.
I have seen this show.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, Marvin, what is Full House?
Full House is the tale of it's a coming of age story of Stephanie Tanner as she grew up and she got into meth, and then she got off of meth.
This is a real life story.
People would go and tell her about it, and she
Yeah.
would say, "How rude."
Exactly. How rude. Yeah, and like Michelle, she had like split personalities. She thought she was 2 different people, and then she got married to like these old dudes. And you had Uncle Joey,
Yeah.
Uncle Morty,
Jesse?
Yes.
Definitely.
Morty.
and Danny Tanner, and
That's right.
yeah,
Cut.
yeah. And it was it was just how their coming of age story. And then the sister DJ, who was in love with Aladdin, but he was in love with
I forgot
Jasmine.
that's who he played. Yeah.
And the dog Comet,
Ah,
Cupid,
right,
Donner,
yeah.
and Blitzen.
Yeah.
They were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Jodie Sweetin. It was based off of real life.
It was. I mean, it was part of the what was it on Friday nights?
TGIF.
right?
TGIF,
Yeah.
man.
It was part of the TGIF block.
And
But-
Steve Urkel did cameo
but-
on there one episode.
But it was
I think I
later.
do remember
It
that.
was later.
That
Yeah,
came
it
out
was
That
later.
it was on TGIF.
because initially
Yeah.
it was Family Matters. What was the one with the guy that beat his wife a whole bunch?
Perfect Strangers.
No.
Step by step.
You know what I'm talking
I was-
step by
step
by
step.
step.
Yeah.
Sasha Mitchell.
Yep,
Yes.
Sasha Mitchell,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a piece
Who
of
did?
shit.
He did a not Bloodsport.
That's my one.
He,
Kickboxer movie. That was like
he-
a direct to video.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Which, I watched that when I was a kid. I came across it on TV. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, it's Cody.
Yep. And he
And,
was
uh,
also in that one horror movie where he was a substitute teacher and he thought he was a robot.
What else was in that block?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Family Matters.
Is that class of 1999?
Yes, it was a sequel.
The second one?
Yes. Not many people know that movie. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I did know that there was 2 of them.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
Adam knows a lot.
he thought he was a robot.
I
Oh,
know-
spoiler alert. Ooh,
I
sorry.
know a lot about crappy movies.
It happens. Everyone's got their own superpower.
Yeah, man.
So back
But-
to Full House.
But
Yeah.
Full House was that was a show that I thoroughly enjoyed too. Like while
Yeah.
growing up, it was wholesome. Family
People enjoyed it so
sitcom.
much. It's back on Netflix.
Yeah, and
Fuller
unfortunately,
House.
that
And it's
should have
on its
never
like what
happened.
4th season?
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
Which is its final season.
Is
Oh,
it?
thank God.
Yeah, they're canceling it. But I mean,
Thank you.
for a revival, it's not a bad run.
They should do a spinoff
I
into Breaking
saw,
Bad.
I saw a couple episodes of it.
Fuller
and-
Bad.
Fuller Bad. Of Fuller House, and I remember like kind of chuckling at some of the like obvious jokes that they were pointing out that they were like a revival or
Oh, yeah.
that something was off or whatever, and I was like, Oh, okay, you guys are gonna do the self-aware.
And they couldn't
thing.
get Michelle to come back at all.
One of the worst things about that is DJ. Her name, it's Tanner Fuller.
Tanner Fuller.
Yeah, so her last name is Fuller.
Yeah, I get
And
it.
it's Fuller
That's
House.
why it's Fuller House. Yeah. They had to find a way to keep it.
It's so
Boy Meets World
terrible.
was a better show.
Which one?
Boy Meets World.
It was.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
show as well,
Well,
but I did not like it when he got to college.
No, it started falling off when he got to college.
yeah, weird.
Yeah,
But
it
Topanga-
wasn't as
And with
good.
him and Topanga finally smashed.
Topanga, man.
Yeah.
I think that show. I don't know if we're gonna go to Boy Meets World. I think I couldn't relate to it as much as he got older because I was still young myself at that point.
I could. I
I mean,
I
'cause
could relate to being a little white kid who
but-
lived in
But the
Philly.
yeah, well, that's I was close to Philly. So I was really close.
I
to
think
Philly.
they're in Philly.
They were,
Yeah.
yeah, because that was one of my favorite things about it is that he
Yeah.
was a Phillies fan and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, see, I remember that.
And you were like, I'm from Philly. Like, this isn't a thing.
It's
No.
me.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
This is my life.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's Full House. Find it on something and watch it, guys, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, watch it on Nick at Night because I think it's definitely.
They probably do have it in
On there
syndication.
still.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That thing, it's got plenty of episodes. So
Yeah.
Even though I would recommend Perfect Strangers over
That's on
that.
Hulu, isn't it?
is it on? Is it on Hulu now?
Holy crap! I'm gonna fire that up. When,
Yeah, Perfect
when-
Strangers,
when-
I think,
when
is
get
all on
home.
Hulu.
Yeah.
It's on one of them. I just know they got a bunch of those old shows. Like, oh, wow, I can actually watch all of the show now.
Perfect Strangers is great. Once they got that house and then it was haunted and stuff.
I
Wait,
don't
Perfect
remember
Strangers
all of that.
2017. Yeah, it's on Hulu, all 8 seasons.
Oh, wow.
Good.
I don't remember there being 8 seasons, but sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Cool.
you, Senor Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another one of our topics on here. I want to see. Let's get this one out the way. Black Panther has officially won 3
The Black Panther.
Oscars, or the Academy Awards. They won for Best Costume, Best Production Design, and Best Score.
Yeah.
Still have got to watch that.
How do
You
you?
saw the first 5 minutes at my house.
Did you?
I did.
And it was good.
But I need to watch that, and I need to watch
Into the Spider-Verse.
no Civil
The
War.
Black Panther?
Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah. So
Yeah, your Tom Holland hate, I think, is what's keeping you back from that one.
I need to watch
Yeah.
Spider-Man Far From or what,
I'm Hawkeye.
What is
I
that?
do not care.
Far From Home?
Crap.
Sure, when it comes out in a couple months.
No.
Oh,
what
you mean
was-
Spider-Man 3? No, you already saw that.
I don't know what the first one is.
Time out.
So yeah, Spider-Man 3 was crap.
What? No.
That is quite. Yeah.
It's easily the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
So I do like. I do like that Marvel actually now has a film in their like repertoire that has, you know what I mean, like an Academy Award or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that. There's, I don't know. There's some gravity to that. You know.
Yeah.
I think we've had the discussion before. They're like, "Yo, Black Panther was good, man, but like, calm down." Like, I'm glad it didn't win Best Picture. I didn't think that it was worthy of that.
But-
When I saw what it won for,
But
I wasn't mad at that.
No.
but
But
would you have been more happy for Black Panther to have won Best Picture over what did win Best Picture?
what was it, Roma?
Green, I thought it was Green
Oh,
Book.
Green
It
Book.
was Green Book, and you seem to be irritated by that.
So
I know nothing about Green Book.
I haven't watched Green Book yet. I find the thing is that I thought A Star Is Born was going to take it. All right.
Nope.
It's
Meat dress abound.
It's definitely. I mean, they won, I guess, one Oscar, right, for the music or whatever.
Yeah.
Good for them. But I just, it's a comic book film, and I don't know enough about Green Book to say they're like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, it told a good story.
Yeah, but
Like,
people
I don't know if it was
claim,
Oscar worthy.
People claim with how it handled the racism of the time, Green Book,
Yeah.
that it didn't do it well. That it was kind of, I don't want to say whitewashed. I mean, but that's kind of like what I-
Mahershala Ali was back
that-
there.
That's what I heard that they kind of did. Like
Gotcha.
like they crafted it to be a feel good movie.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like I remember reading something along the lines of like people were angry about it. I didn't understand what part, like what about the racism, but I think that's
I
funny.
just think with the way it was handled, it wasn't handled well.
Yeah,
With I mean, they wanted to make a feel good movie. They didn't want to make a serious movie about racism. I think.
And do you guys remember what won for Best Picture like the past few years? Like, wasn't it?
Wasn't it
12 Years a Slave got it right? Or
yeah,
how long
Moonlight
ago
was
Moonlight?
last
That's
year,
last
and then
year.
I think the year
No,
prior was
last year was Shape of Water.
Oh,
the
those
year
were the
prior.
last two. Yep,
It was
Shape of Water
Moonlight.
and Moonlight. Yep, those were the two.
And Shape of Water was about someone who was a different race.
Yeah,
And
he
a love
was. He
affair.
was, he
Roughly,
was
pretty
definitely.
much.
He was definitely
So
a
it
different
still holds up with what you're saying.
Yeah.
There was some racism there. He was ostracized for who he was, like
For-
the race he
for the
was.
color of his skin too.
Yeah.
All of it.
He
Yeah.
totally kills and eats a cat in that movie too.
Hey, and
I bet he did, huh? I bet he did. That's right.
Nice.
Oh man.
Was
Look,
that one set in the past too?
What
the 60s?
Shape of Water? Yeah, it was,
Was,
like
right?
it was like 50s
So
or
it was
60s.
also a period piece. See, around the civil
There-
rights time.
there-
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that with the one character that's gay in the movie. There's a little bit of the
So that character didn't eat the cat.
no.
hats
Wow.
off to you, sir. Hats off
No,
to you. That was,
there,
and that is how you bring it back around.
there's a little bit of the prejudice in the
I'm done
movie.
here.
Okay.
I'm glad we got that one recorded.
Yeah, that was good.
Boy. All right, so
Let's switch this up.
so about Black Panther
Yeah.
and winning 3 Oscars.
Yeah.
I without seeing the movie, I think I can agree with you that it won probably what it should have won.
Yes.
It's the same way that I felt that when Avatar came out,
Okay.
it won pretty much what it should have
Yeah.
won, not
Yeah.
Best Picture.
Yeah, exactly. Because there were like, sure, like especially the costume design here in production. Like, I get it, man. Like, there's some scenes there that look great. Unfortunately, like CG, I didn't think was all that good, and it doesn't hold up. Unfortunately, as I've seen more and more pieces of it, it's just like ooh.
Avatar?
No, of Black Panther.
Rhinoceroses.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
And then once you see some more of like the behind the scenes tricks of how some of that stuff was filmed, it's all like, really, like, why did you guys like go this route? Why did you put CG here? Like, but in some scenes where you can tell that they've actually built the sets or they're like on location somewhere, like it looks good, and you're like, all right, good job. And yeah, costumes are on point. You know, the ones that are real. Because when again the suit goes full CG, like all over him, it's just like,
Like Green Lantern.
yeah. Yeah, it's along those lines.
It's a good movie.
But anyways, good for them for winning those there.
I side note, I've
Yo.
never seen Green Lantern. I thought it looked terrible from the trailers.
Oh, it's
like
it's
the
pretty
like
bad.
the CGI looked horrible.
It's horrible.
It's really
looked
bad.
horrible in the
And
trailer.
so,
Too more
like,
season.
I'm there, like I'm not gonna go see that.
Yeah.
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 So let's talk about terrible things. YouTube is having some issues where this is quite the transition, right?
Oh my goodness.
YouTube has a whole bunch of advertisers that are pulling out.
Good. I like your choice of words.
For good reason, yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember who the big ones were now. Didn't Coke pull out? YouTube loses sponsors.
I think AT&T also, right?
AT&T was another one. Yep. Wow.
Because of a certain gentleman named Peter File.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's an IT Crowd joke if you guys have ever seen the show.
No, I have
Binge
not
watching.
actually.
I love
I've
that
never
show.
seen it.
It's great. Love
This
British
was
comedy.
2017. Where the heck? How is this that it's not even on here anymore?
I don't know.
So they did. They lost AT&T. They lost a bunch of others, and it's all because pedophilers.
Yeah.
Pedophilers.
Yeah.
Nasty adults
It's
have
a
been
pedo.
combing through the or actually been like living in the comments section of videos.
There was like an underworld that I had no idea existed on
Yeah.
YouTube.
And thank God you
I
said
had no
that
idea
because
about this.
no, I'm just kidding. Like that's something I was worried about.
Yeah.
Like no, but that's crazy that like they found a way to bait kids and stuff like that through YouTube comment sections.
Yeah, that's crazy to think.
And this is kind of, I guess, along the lines too of like a public service announcement for those parents out there that like lets their kids kind of go at it on YouTube all day long, like just watching back-to-back videos. That stuff drives me crazy. I also saw in tandem with this, I don't know if you've seen this video that supposedly there's something with like a creepy like face.
The Momo challenge.
Yes, that thing
and that
has been
thing,
telling kids how to kill themselves.
Right. Yeah.
The heck?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Supposedly it's in some kind of like it's in some
Wow.
kind of videos,
That is disturbing.
and it's telling kids to kill and hurt themselves.
Huh.
I don't know. It's dumb, but I think YouTube needs to
YouTube needs
seriously comb that stuff.
Here's like YouTube's been having a lot of issues lately. From now Peter Files,
Yep.
people who are abusing the copyright strike system and actually holding people's content for ransom. Like all of this stuff, YouTube needs to step in and do something about this. I'm actually surprised that another video network or whatever hasn't come in to do something about this.
Yeah.
Vimeo, I was pulling for you, but apparently you're not going to do anything.
Oh, poor Vimeo.
Just wait till Apple does something.
I think it's crazy, right? That something as simple as like just comment section of anything, how like
Yeah.
they found a way to like survive there. And you're right that it's like this whole underground world now that's like spans across a crap ton of their videos.
Like, how does that even happen?
And these are big companies that are pulling out where
Oh,
they're just
yeah.
all like, mm-mm. I think Disney was another one that like pulled out of
Oh, I'm
advertising.
sure they have.
Wow.
Does this have anything to do with the owner of the Patriots? Is he part of this too? 'Cause
Damn.
Mr. Kraft.
yeah.
Crafty Mr. Kraft.
Yeah.
I want to pull
He's
up
like
the list.
deflated balls.
And he used to like to go to massage parlors.
Yeah. Yeah. All sorts of deflation happening there.
There it is. Disney, Epic, one Ars Technica, the website.
Oh,
their
wow.
oh my god, their headline says YouTube loses advertisers over wormhole into pedophilia ring.
Yeah.
That's like it's such a big name.
Yeah.
Oof. YouTube says that it has terminated more than 400 channels, deleted accounts, and disabled comments on tens of millions of videos.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
They lost Nestle. All Nestle companies as well
Ooh.
have pulled.
that's-
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big one.
Epic Games, some German food company. They pulled their videos. Disney's withheld its spending. It's crazy.
Probably lost the company that makes Pocky.
Now, do you think this is?
That's an
Wow.
American company, actually,
Yeah.
I think.
Do
What
you
is
think
it?
it's going to cost them millions, hundreds of millions?
Oh, it's going to
or
cost
is it going to
them
hit billions?
dearly. Hundreds of millions. I don't know if it's going to hit billions, but it's going to cost them dearly, and hopefully they'll do something about all this.
Quick.
Yeah.
You know,
It's been a couple weeks, and I don't think they have, but, you know.
as I've gotten older, I've noticed that, like, you know, whenever you do go to comment sections, how easy it is to kind of just set up an account and then post comments. And on like stuff like pages like that where like YouTube is as big as it is, it's like there should be a verification process at this point, right? Like
Something maybe.
yeah, exactly, something for you to show that like, yo, I am an adult, like I am
There.
here.
I mean, there is that
I mean, like,
verification. that you
Whenever you're
gotta-
creating a YouTube account, does it? I
Yeah,
created
but-
my YouTube account a long time ago, so I don't remember what the.
you generally have to log in, but it doesn't exactly ask for your age.
I don't think it asks for anything.
Oh, it doesn't, right? Like I thought it was just all like, yo, like what's your name, or what do you want your name to be?
Yeah. I mean, they had Google Plus that you had to log in with at one point.
Google
And then at one
Plus.
point, you had to use your real name.
Google Plus is terrible. Oh, you're right. They
Yeah.
did do that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, sorry. Or, yeah, my bad.
Sorry.
You don't want to put yourself out there.
But now they're all, money, please.
So again, everyone just keep an eye out, you know,
Yeah.
the heads up on that. I do want to kind of point or switch here to another thing that we started talking about the other day. And that's streamers.
Like the little ribbons
I was
that
gonna
are on
say,
the end of sticks, the ones on the bikes.
Who is throwing that party?
So not those streamers, but YouTube and what's the other thing?
Twitch.
Twitch Prime, right? No, there's another one. What the hell's the name of the other thing?
RedTube?
Yeah, that's a different kind of streaming.
Oh.
No, it's another app, but I guess Twitch is kind of king of the hill right now, right?
Yeah.
As far as game streaming goes.
Oddball.
Which one?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Yeah,
And then
good
I
old
said
Halo.
Oddball. That's one I really
I
remember.
love that game. Double
Halo
kill,
was a game that was for the Xbox originally.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a game I didn't play.
Yeah.
Oh well. So we were talking about YouTube streamers, right? That this is kind of a go-to media now, right, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's been around for maybe like a solid at
What,
least 5
Twitch?
years now. No, it's streaming, game streaming.
Game streaming has been picking up like a lot. Probably would I say the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay,
It's been gaining a lot of steam. It was out
a lot of seams.
a lot of that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's
What, Adam?
What are you trying to say, Adam?
What are you trying to say, Adam?
So yeah, Twitch originally it was introduced in June of 2011 as a spin-off of another platform called Justin TV.
Oh, I remember that.
Yep.
I do remember that. I remember when that started and faded away.
Yep, YouTube took
That's
it over.
funny.
But yeah, it's definitely picked up a lot of traction, and the thing is, it's not just game streaming now.
There's a lot of everything streaming on Twitch specifically,
Thoughts.
though. Say
Twitch Thoughts. Yeah, that's a thing I learned. I learned about Twitch Thoughts.
And what is this?
What
Twitch Thoughts are.
Are you saying thoughts?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
THOT?
Yes. That's
Them
apparently a thing.
over there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Them.
Okay.
Yeah. Homies over there. That's apparently a thing.
Yeah.
Where they just do nothing. They'll sit there and just look at a camera, or they'll just like eat bananas or do something suggestive wearing like bikinis. And then you have people who just sleep, or you have guys or people that will just live stream as they're walking around town.
You know what? I'm gonna say I applaud those people
For
because it's making a mockery of the whole thing.
No, they're making money is what's happening.
Right,
Yeah,
they're making money, but
Is it really mocking though if they're being successful? Because
right? But it's making a mockery of it being legit.
I mean, reality
So-
TV. It's like
so
going full
I-
circle.
So I'll say right away, I hate reality TV. It gets annoying. Like when it first started, it was one of those things that I'm like, why are people like watching this? Well, like I enjoyed like, what was what was it, like one camera or whatever, like
single camera,
multi-camera,
type deal,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, like sitcoms and stuff like that. Like
yeah, Modern Family.
like I'm
and-
okay with
yeah.
that. And then they did, like where everything all of a sudden now they wanted to put a camera and see who loves who's banging who's trying to survive on what island.
Yeah. Flavor of Love.
Yeah, The
With Bridget
Bachelor,
Nielsen and
like
Flavor.
it got out of hand. And the thing is that like it's a norm now. Like reality TV's a thing, right?
Yeah.
The Kardashians, I think, are kind of like pretty much near the top of that empire.
Yeah.
As far
But
as
it
like,
finally got canceled. Yeah.
did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They finally got
Nice.
canceled.
Oh my
But
God, life
I'd
is
say
good.
for me, reality TV started with Real World on MTV. That's where I first remember anything like that.
I would say that's probably the
That-
first one.
Yeah, that and then Road Rules.
Yeah,
Road- yeah.
which I never got into back
I watched.
then either.
I watched like the first couple seasons.
Yeah, it
I
was-
didn't watch seasons, but I've definitely seen episodes
Yeah.
of it. I don't know, but then then fast forward, here we are, right, 2019, and like Twitch, in order to broadcast on Twitch, don't you have to like peg a game for it, like to show what game you're playing or whatever?
no,
No.
because
I
there's
thought you did.
there's
No.
a whole bunch of people on Twitch and stuff that don't do that. That's what
And that's what I was curious about. Like,
that's
are
what
these
Marvin
people
was
that are
saying
wearing like bikinis and stuff, just
Yeah.
literally just broadcasting and be like
yeah, in a webcam, they'll be singing songs. They'll be eating a snack,
blowing a banana?
reading a book. They'll be doing ridiculous things like that.
That's
They you get people who are doing essentially cam girl shows, but they're not doing like the hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
But it's very similar.
It makes no sense to me. And there's a lot of people on the internet too. They're like, I don't know, on YouTube specifically. They're like, this is my haul. I went to a thrift store and I picked up this, and this. Who cares?
I mean, it's like
seriously.
on YouTube.
So you bought somebody else's junk.
That's funny. You're right. I forgot that I've actually like seen that in the subject line. You know, whatever haul, and I never clicked on it, so
Yeah.
I didn't.
But it's people
think of,
going
like,
out
what
to
is
like
that?
to like Best Buy and stuff too. They're like, "Oh, look what I picked up." Okay, cool, man.
Yeah, unboxings.
no-
Unboxing is a huge thing.
Yeah,
No.
and honestly, like I can understand unboxings for like tech sites because then they're showing you they're like, hey, this is what's in there. They usually review it too.
It's a little different than I went to a homeless shelter and picked up this stuff.
I didn't
here.
know that was a thing. I'd never seen or heard of that.
No, and
Wasn't
and I got conned into on YouTube actually finding, like, I was doing like searches for different things or whatever, and I like watched a video. I'm like, oh,
Superman 3 deleted scenes.
no, I was like, oh, that video wasn't too bad, you know. And then I find out that the guy is just going and buying junk.
Yeah.
He's just buying a whole bunch of junk and showing people that he's buying junk. And then he's got a Patreon. People, like, he's got like, you know,
Giving
like,
him money to go and buy more junk.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he's
they're
got
feeling
like
it.
500,000 views and stuff like that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, really?
Yeah, that doesn't make
It's like,
sense to
why
me.
in the world would you watch that?
I've definitely
Makes no sense.
like
It's
done
akin
the
to-
thing where I've watched like Twitch gamers.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's a first person shooter that I haven't bought, and so like I want to know
Yeah.
what the game actually looks like, because the thing is that what started to annoy me was that reviews for games were all of a sudden a little too sleek, and they were showing you the same clips and pieces that you
Yeah.
would see in anything else,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, no, like
You
I
don't, you're
want to
not
know.
actually seeing gameplay. You're seeing montage.
Yeah,
footage,
exactly, and it's like I want to know, like, yo, what does the menu look like? Like then when you engage in a fight,
but at least
you know,
it's
hitting the
telling me
buttons.
about the game as opposed to somebody sitting there playing the game. It's like, I don't care about that, and I don't understand.
See, and for me, that's
that.
where it doesn't bother me so much. I mean, I'm not going to sit down for 8 hours and watch it, but I might sit down for 25, 30 minutes sometimes and watch somebody play a game,
Yeah.
right? And through a portion of a game that either I've never played or, you know, like it takes me back to like, and I think we
kid.
touched on this when we used to, you know, sit in the same living room and hand the controller off and somebody else would play.
Yeah.
Yo, I suck at games, so there were plenty of
Yeah, but
times where I was
there-
like, nah, you can keep playing, dog. I'll just keep watching.
But you know, there was that. I don't know. You or Marvin said about that, and it made me think of what the difference may be with that, and that's the personal element. You know, if you have your friends there, you have your parents there, you know, whoever playing, it's different because they're there in the same room with you.
Yeah.
But if you're just watching it on YouTube or watching it on Twitch or whatever, like, I don't understand that.
I think for some viewers, right, that there is a sense of camaraderie there, right? They
Yeah. I watch Game Grumps because some of the stuff they say is hilarious.
Game who?
Game Grumps.
Okay, Game
Guy
Grumps.
who did Ego Raptor. Well, the guy who is Ego Raptor, and I think some of his friends. He has a whole company in business now.
Okay.
They started off doing like flash animations and funny stuff like that,
Hmm.
like Metal Gear Awesome, and then they do Game Grumps. They'll play certain games, and it's like us as we're hanging out,
Yeah,
but they're playing a game.
gotcha.
So you'll have the silly commentary, you'll have all this stuff, especially when they play terrible games, and they'll just rip into it.
Which that stuff can be funny.
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, if you're gonna watch somebody legitimately play a game,
Yeah.
I think it doesn't have that personal interest or element from me. I mean, there's a few that I'll like check out
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
but to do it on a regular basis to watch people, I don't understand
I don't
it.
subscribe or watch like anyone religiously. I say let's say I'm interested in a new game that's coming out, I'll watch
Excuse me.
a let's play just so I can kind of get an idea of what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
If I'm still interested, like the new Monster Hunter or something like that.
But
like here's a
legit.
40-minute gameplay, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So I can kind of get an idea.
I've done it for DLC too, where like I'll be like, oh well, is it worth picking up?
I'm gonna say too that, I mean, if it's a modern game, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Gotcha.
it's a retro game, I would be more inclined to watch it as
Gotcha.
opposed to it being a modern game.
Now, like for games, I'm big into Smash Brothers, so I will watch a lot of that just because just kind of learning new technique and
Yeah.
learning, because I play that game a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe this is something I don't know, and a lot of my tech and gameplay I've kind of picked up from watching that.
You know what? One of our we've got a new subscriber that I met in person. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. He's actually a streamer as well. Started following him.
Because I've streamed a couple times.
Is it Marvin? Is Marvin the new?
I think so.
New follower.
No. What is it that where can the listeners watch you whenever you do post or whenever you do stream?
I've been
Is
on
it on
Twitch.
Twitch?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
been on Twitch before.
Under
when
the
Metal Gear Solid
name?
5,
Artful Gent?
Yeah. When I played Metal Gear Solid 5, I streamed that when I was really big into it. It's been a while since I've done anything, but every now and then I'll jump on and I'll just stream because the PlayStation has it built in.
Gotcha.
You just mentioning Metal Gear Solid 5. It makes me think of the game that I wanted and the game that it was.
Yeah,
Undead Ankle Biters. He's the one.
it's an awesome name.
Yeah, so on Twitch, he's under the name Mr. Brilliams. That's MrBrilliams. Whatchamacallit? I met this guy at a bar a couple weeks ago. Huge into zombie kind of stuff. There were so many topics that like we touched on throughout the
Zombies,
night.
you say?
Yeah, exactly. Where I was just all like, he's gotta meet Adam because
Yeah.
that's definitely like his whole
Yeah.
wheelhouse. But the guy does. He loves horror films. He's actually streaming right now, Destiny 2.
Yeah.
But you know that this is a guy that's what he does. Like he gets on there, right? Yeah, people watch him. Play through these games, and it's like I get it why some people do. It's crazy that like something that we used to do on our couch, right? That was fun and it was personal, has turned into like
Masturbation.
what's up?
What?
Yeah, that you can do that. You and Adam, I'll watch. That's
Back-
just as bad.
Back to back?
Anyways,
So,
but
so
it
the
is.
listeners can't see this, but I just shook my head in disapproval.
And yes, or that.
Oh, I thought he nodded.
Yeah,
No, it was.
he was shaking it up and down
It was a
vigorously.
back and forth. because
not back to
I-
back. Okay,
because I do not approve.
face to face. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he wants it personal. Back to back doesn't give it that touch like you do.
Ugh.
But anyways,
The touch, the feel, the fabric of our lives.
but it is. It's funny, to see how it is. It's kind of like the future of everything, and I think that in essence that's kind of what we do here at IOHO.
Yeah.
I do believe that we're trying to create something, and I hope that some of you guys actually come to listen to us for our kind of our expertise in some of these things. I mean, Adam, you've
Yes.
watched way more horror films than I have.
No,
Probably way more than you, Marvin.
Oh,
you and
yeah,
I
way
have
more
like
than me.
together. Like, I think you. And so again, your expertise there, I think shows episode after episode. You kind of
I've seen
throw
a
more
lot,
and more
yes.
stuff out. So, Marvin, I think it's time and time again where if it's not some sort of like technical thing as far as cameras,
Yeah.
you've definitely covered our comics.
Yeah, comics,
info
anime,
like crazy. Yeah.
cartoons, stuff like that.
Like,
yeah.
So, like you guys, you listeners, like you guys come back and, you inspire us to kind of keep doing this every time we do sit at the table. So I don't know. It's interesting to see how that's evolved over time. I'm definitely excited about it. Well, what was it that you were going to say? I remember we were talking beforehand. There was a word, right?
I don't remember.
You were like, I'm going to say that during the episode. I see.
Oh
That's
yes, it's
what
the
it is.
penultimate episode. Yes.
That's right.
Man, I was thinking it was baked beans.
No,
I don't know why.
because baked beans can be delicious.
I've never been into them.
No,
Yeah, I
you should
can't-
go to First Choice out in Brandon. They have
I've-
delicious food.
I've been to First Choice. I don't like their barbecue, but I love their fritters.
What?
Yeah,
The look you just gave
Fritters?
me,
No,
Mark.
I think you're. What?
The-
Fritters? What fritters?
fritters. It's
What are you? Are we going?
It's a
to the
fried
same place?
critter.
no.
Yeah, he told you he loves critters.
That's true.
They're fritters. It is a deep fried barbecue pork ball.
They don't have that there.
They do.
No,
Maybe
They
you're not
do.
looking at the secret menu.
I don't know.
They
if we're
do.
talking about the same thing.
Ask for an order of fritters, and they'll whip out the little container and the ice cream baller thing, and they'll throw it into the grease, cook it for a couple minutes.
They don't have a stove.
They do.
Everything is
What?
done in the fire pit.
First choice. You're talking
First
about the
Choice
place
Barbecue.
that's by the Asian market and
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. First choice.
Well,
They-
I hope he knows some secret thing that like
I
you didn't.
hope so too.
And you're gonna go back and be like, "Oh my god!"
All right. Well,
First choice marine
I
supply.
think
First
you're
choice
right.
reporting and video. Oh, first choice barbecue, the third one.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes. Delicious
Um,
ribs.
I just can't get into their sauce because their sauce is heavy mustard like taste. It's very mustardy, and I don't like mustard barbecue sauces. So
Wow, this went off the rails.
Yeah, it did. So
So
let's
you-
bring it right back.
I've never
Did
seen
you
find-
fritters.
that's
I've
it?
never
Live
seen
studio.
anything.
It's
I never
Live
even
studio
seen it on the
audience comes into
menu.
the clutch.
That's crazy.
Shout out to you.
You guys need to try that, and then make sure you eat them when they're hot, so the grease sprays in your mouth and burns your mouth, and then you can't taste anything. It's
That
fantastic.
sounds like
that's my
such
middle
a
name.
fantastic idea. That sounds great. That I like everything about what you just
We-
said.
We might have to go.
And I
give
think
that a shot
afterwards
then.
we need to go waterboarding.
So usually I will go and get like.
This is Florida. That's a Florida topic for you guys.
Usually
over
I'll
at
go
Outcrowd.
and I'll try to get like 5 or 6 orders because there's only like, I don't know, 6 or 7 in an order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've
So
never-
they'll just give it to me in like a big container.
Yeah.
I just get the ribs because they're delicious.
Ribs. So let's switch it back. Or actually, listeners, hey guys, if you follow anyone on Twitch, let us know what you what you get out of it. Definitely be interesting to hear that. Remember on Twitter, Instagram at IOHO_podcast. Another topic here I wanted to touch on: Candyman finally got
Sammy Davis Jr.
got
the
casted.
Candyman can.
yeah. So, Adam,
'Cause he
for
mixes it
those
with
that are
love.
uninitiated, let them know what Candyman is real quick.
It makes the world taste good.
Candyman. 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 Candyman.
Uh huh.
Candyman.
No, stop saying it.
Did you know?
If he shows up-
I said it 5 times, and he better be here.
Did you know that the bees were actually in his mouth?
Um,
I hate all of you.
honestly, if Tony Todd would show up right now, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's
I'm
not
gonna
really doing
do.
much
I'm gonna
else,
do the
so-
ethnic guy thing, and I'm gonna run away. You can do the white man thing and go towards it.
Yeah.
I would. I would
Tony
want to.
Todd. I was
Yeah.
like, it's a figment of your
I
imagination.
would want to
Look at
shake
that.
his hand.
We're the bees.
You know, the
Or
one
the
that,
hook? Yeah.
the one that wasn't cut off.
Gotcha.
Candyman. Yeah, it's based off of a Clive Barker story. I did do a 31 Nights of Frights.
That's right, you did.
on Candyman.
And where can you listen to 31 Nights of Fright?
It's on Ioho Sidetrack.
Oh.
That's
okay.
right. IOHO sidetracked our supplemental podcast, but please continue.
But anyway, it is. It was kind of a star-making movie for Tony Todd. He played a.
Star is Born.
He was kind of the boogeyman.
The Lady Gaga of the group. Oh, gotcha.
He was
Boogeyman, Lady Gaga?
he was
Almost
kind
the
of the
same thing.
boogeyman, and it was a take on the Bloody Mary legend.
Okay. Awesome. And so,
It's established that he was a former slave, and you know.
I was
there's-
thinking you were going to say
no
former
spoilers.
wrestler.
Well, no. Well, he was a slave, and he
Him
was
and the
killed.
Miz.
He was killed, and that's where they cut his hand off, and they covered him in honey, and the bees stung him to death, and he had bees coming out of his mouth.
Nice. The Miz was on the Real World.
oh, that's
What?
terrible.
The Miz?
So
I
there
don't know
what?
who
He was
that
on.
is.
he's a
There
wrestler.
were 4 Candyman films.
There was 3.
Okay, 3.
There was 3. The second one is okay. The third one, stay away from it. It's pretty bad.
And so our boy Jordan Peele
Yep.
is doing a remake.
Which he wrote. He actually wrote the script supposedly.
Interesting. And so they finally casted whatchamacallit. They finally casted him. What's this guy's name? I'm trying to
I
pull it
don't
up.
know.
Candyman.
No, so Black Manta. I'm gonna screw
Candyman.
this guy's name
Do it.
up.
Do it.
You
do
ready
it.
for this?
Candyman.
Yes,
My
let's do it.
All right, so they casted, and the guy playing the main character will be Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
Oh, the traveling pants.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh God. Oh. I hope he hears this. Yeah. So that. You were saying?
I'm saying that I am terribly disappointed that Tony Todd's not Candyman again.
Yeah.
Give him some makeup, give him a wig. You're good.
So this guy's been in a couple films. I saw him in that horrid Baywatch film that wasn't all that great. He played Black Manta on Aquaman. Jeez,
Aquaman?
Yeah, man, my
Yes.
speech is all off today.
It's all right.
Aquaman. And he was in The Greatest Showman, which I haven't seen. Do you remember him in The Greatest Showman?
I remember The Greatest Showman.
Uh-oh.
Who was he in The Greatest Showman?
I don't know
good
why,
question.
but
Greatest Showman was a good
I see
movie.
the poster for Baywatch,
For Baywatch, yeah.
and I saw it from the side, and just the red letters, and then the way it looks.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it was open season.
That
seriously.
animated
awesome.
film?
Yeah,
That's funny.
because I'm blind.
Yeah. Nope. And it looks like he's also going to be in Us.
He's also going to be in the Watchmen TV series.
Hey, yo, that he is. Yep. Fighting a cough.
Okay,
Excuse
so I don't doubt that that he's a good actor and everything.
Yeah.
And I guess Ghost Stone Age.
me.
So that's probably why they didn't go with Tony Todd. But
Yeah.
I'm incredibly disappointed because he is amazing in that movie.
Well, robots shouldn't age either, but yet Arnold Schwarzenegger, here we are.
No, the skin on the robot does age. They did,
maybe the
they
skin
did
on the ghost
mention
should
that.
age too.
Should. I like that. He gave a very crazy Medea look to you just now.
Hello.
Yeah.
And I know, but see, I'm in agreement with that because I like Tony Todd a lot. I mean, he was great in the Night of the Living Dead 1990 remake.
Yeah.
He was great in that movie. He was great in the Final Destination movies. I looked for his cameo in all of them, and then when it wasn't in number 4, I was pretty ticked. I was not happy.
He was great in The Flash. He was great in Reign of Supermen.
which actually I own.
Riverdale?
but I have not watched it.
Riverdale.
Riverdale
R.I.P.
has
Luke Carey.
um
Perry.
Luke Perry,
Oh,
thank you.
so-
yeah, I
so
was like,
so a
John
reason
Terry.
of why he would be in Riverdale that has a horror movie slant.
oh, gotcha.
He was also good in Lego DC Comics Superheroes Justice League versus Bizarro. He played Darkseid.
That was a lot to say.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go on.
But anyway, I mean, he's been in a lot of low budget crap, and
Yeah.
sadly, he was never given that opportunity to be a leading man outside of Candyman.
You right?
But he's so iconic to the role, and granted, this new guy, Mister of the Traveling Pants,
Marsha Ali.
he
This is a good one though.
it was good, so I had to rip it off a little bit. I mean, I don't doubt that he's going to be good in the movie. He's got some good roles that he was in, obviously.
My faith in Jordan Peele, by the way, lives and dies on Us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What
funny
about Twilight
because
Zone?
I was going to say because mine is Twilight Zone.
Us comes out before Twilight Zone.
Does it?
I think it does. Us is out I think at the beginning of April. Isn't Twilight Zone at the end of April?
April 1st.
Or mid? Oh, is it?
April Fools,
Oh,
Will.
well then he's got a lot going on for right now. Either way,
Us comes out March 21st.
there we
Okay,
go.
so,
Boom.
Well, we'll be seeing that before Twilight Zone.
Yep. Yeah, for me, that's kind of where his legacy is gonna. Yo, man, deliver, bro.
Yeah.
Trailers
No,
look
this
great.
guy is in Us also.
Yep.
Yeah, so I
mentioned
mean,
that.
he looks the part
Don't pay
anyway. I
attention.
mean, at least he looks kind of sort of the way a Candyman should look. I mean,
Yeah.
Black?
just from yes.
I mean, kind of, right? If we're being honest,
I mean, yeah, no, I'm saying
you don't
like
want him to look like.
I'm saying facial features.
Yeah.
like he kind of
Ryan
resembles.
Reynolds.
He
So
kind of
you're saying
resembles
they
Tony
all look
Todd.
Tony Todd, yeah,
Same?
you're right.
Like I
He's
can
got a
see it.
rugged look to him, so yeah, I get
He's
it.
just a little too clean cut looking in the story photos.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like I can see him like, oh yeah, he kind of looks the part, but it's just terribly disappointing overall because I was thinking like, oh man, Tony Todd's coming back.
Fingers crossed that they. That's like a fart.
If only it was. If only it
That was
was.
good.
It would be a lot more audible if it was.
Fingers
not
crossed
as leathery.
that it turns out pretty good. The last topic I want to touch on here before we close out on you guys is Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I
Um,
don't care.
Marvin,
recently announced
Yeah,
the
talk to
8th
me here.
generation of Pokemon for the first time on something other than like the Game Boy or the Game Boy Advance. It's not actually on the Switch coming out this year, so it's a really big.
So you're saying this is actually a legit Pokemon
Oh, yeah, it's a
game?
legit,
Like this is
straight
a
up.
real Pokemon game?
Yes.
Just give me red and blue.
Red and Blue are amazing. Blastoise all day. But
Those
Those
games have a lot of.
I think you mentioned
pedigree to it.
Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth as Hulk Hogan in the
Oh, yeah,
the
you did.
intro.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I mean,
Chris
whatever,
Hemsworth
touch it.
is playing Hulk Hogan.
It's playing Hulk Hogan.
But Pokemon Sword and Shield.
There you go.
I tell you, there, brother.
Yes.
To all my Hulkamaniacs.
This
I
game.
love Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I know. Hulk Hogan, he looks like a grass type starter. I think that's what he would choose. He would like Bulbasaur. He would like all the grass types.
Sure he would.
Yeah.
Grass type
He likes
Pokemon.
it. It's
Yeah.
grassy. Yep.
Yeah. But I have a feeling this game is going to sell consoles for real. They'll be dumb if they don't do a bundled
Oh no,
version of this.
and they will. I think this is kind of a landmark, or not a landmark, but like a staple, for them.
Yeah.
Like,
When is it coming out?
They didn't say exactly when. They just said later this year. So I'm guessing it's probably going to be around fall.
I didn't see
Late
any
fall,
images or
early
anything. Did
winter.
you?
Oh
Like,
yeah, they had a
whole little. I'm gonna have to look that.
yeah.
up.
They showed what the starters look like. They showed gameplay.
Okay.
The most amazing thing is that it's the biggest game on a Nintendo system. It's the biggest Nintendo game that's not actually a Nintendo game.
Exactly, it's by Game Freak.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, but the 8th generation. I mean, Pokemon. It's the same thing throughout all the games. So you want to be the very best, and you want to capture all the Pokemon.
Yep.
I think they're up to like 800 now,
Oh,
Which,
if not more.
wowzer!
and that's the problem, though. That's where it loses me. It's too much.
That's a lot, man.
But it's
151, man.
a huge. I know, right? Classic. I'm OG also.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the great thing about it is it's gonna be introducing a lot of people, which is a great year to do it because Detective Pikachu is coming out.
Mm.
So Pokemon's gonna be huge this
Also, remember that movie is going to make over $800 million.
year. Hey, with the new game coming out, you never know. You never know.
I'm trying to see if there was like a definitive number on Pokemon, and straight up, like it says, there are too many Pokemon to even count, and the total number of Pokemon will differ according to the game you're playing. In Generation 1 of Pokemon, which can be played on Game Boy, there are 151. That's right.
Yep.
It's the only
OG
Pokemon
classic.
that matters.
Yep.
I just need to get a Blastoise in this one.
So I recently got a hold of a Switch, so I am interested in kind of what comes down the pipeline here. I do have an Xbox, an Xbox One,
XS.
S.
Base?
I've got an S,
Yeah,
not
you're-
an X.
Saying about getting your hands on that Switch, and,
So-
you play with it a lot.
So yeah, I play with my
Yeah.
Switch a lot.
Yeah.
I can't
All
help
up
it.
in the Joy-Cons.
Yep. And so
Are you gonna get Pokemon?
I don't
Which are you
know.
getting, Shield or Sword?
I want to watch.
I need to know.
I want to watch the video on
No.
this thing. It's the only console that I'm actually like looking for games on at this point, because like I'm not home that often, so like my Xbox just sits there. Although I did make a purchase. I wanted to get Anthem, but it's $60, and I can't see myself spending $60 for a game I'm not really going to touch that often. I wanted to get Red Dead 2. That was $40, but again, I can't see myself spending $40 on something I'm not going to be home for that often. But the night before, I made a purchase, and it was $15. And it was the anniversary edition of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, wow.
Yup. $15 down from $60 or $70, whatever. There's a whole bunch of DLC, a bunch of money to play online,
Yeah.
and I was like, I can't say no to that.
Honestly, I was thinking that it was going to be something for the Switch.
Yeah, I own quite a few things on the Switch,
That
unfortunately.
was-
Mario Party, Zelda. I bought what's that shooter? Some crappy shooter, Modern Combat.
Gotcha.
I bought that. Tetris 99. I've been playing the crap out of.
which is
Yeah.
fun.
It is actually.
It's very
You need to get into
addictive.
Smash Brothers. So you can
Yeah.
get these hands.
The moment that somebody, because again, it's not Nintendo that has to drop it down. I mean, if a Best Buy does the hey, come get it for $40, I'll scoop it up. I'd prefer it digital because I've got that big old memory card in there.
I've only got a 128, and it took me over 2 years to acquire a 128. So.
I've got a 128 in there, but everything
Oh.
that I've downloaded so far, I think, is on the console itself.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
I buy
can-
physicals.
You can download quite a bit, and I generally buy physical as well. So
That's going to keep that space clear. But yeah, that is kind of everything. Where we at on time?
Hour 10.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I know there's,
do
some
not
fixing.
forget, it was announced that Critters, the Sci-Fi Channel Critters, the filming has wrapped on that, and we are getting potentially
Fritters.
Dee Wallace
Oh.
Stone
Oh yeah.
back as
What?
back
D.
as the
Wallace
mom,
Stone.
back as the mom
What?
from Critters. Even though my
No.
first reaction was
No.
the mom from E.T.
Is that the same actress? No.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
That's funny.
Maybe you should check out my Voodoo that has Critters as well as Critters 2 on it.
I
which
should
she,
actually
she
go back
is
and
not
watch
in
it.
Critters 2.
Is Dee Wallace Stone? Did she work with Barbara Streisand in those old movies?
Maybe,
the
I don't
steel
know.
books that you've been working on. secretly
Maybe,
in the
I don't know. But anyway, filming
These
is
guys are all
wrapped,
like,
and
"What's
I'm
Instagram?"
going to assume
Adam
It's
built
gonna
these
be
steel
better.
books in a cave.
With a box of scraps.
what?
You're the Iron Man of Barbara Streisand porn. There, I said it.
Okay, sure.
Done.
What a title!
Thank you so much.
Oh man.
And with that being said, I do want to touch on again, guys. I want to thank everyone that participated this week. Shout out to the Outcrowd podcast for suckering me into to try to get my hands on Anthem at some point. We'll see how that plays out. To our most recent listener, Undead Ankle Biters or Mr. Brilliams, whichever one you go by, thank you so much. Dart Zigzag. Yo, man, totally appreciate the listens. I know you've been going at it there. Stop watching Lucy. Don't ever watch it again. Yo.
Yeah.
And 2 more comments while we've been recording on Don't Forget to Wash Your Hands. We'll touch on
Nice.
those next week. There's yeah, that's going to be good. Uh-oh. Other than that, guys, I'm Will. For right now, you can find me kind of handling our Twitter and Instagram at IOHO_podcast. Uh-oh.
Shots fired. At Adam.
Remember?
What?
Yeah, you saw it. You remember?
Whoa, whoa.
We're going to be taking a hiatus soon. So, yes, you've got this episode. You'll have next week's episode.
This is the penultimate episode of the
Holy
season.
crap.
There it is. Marvin, tell them who you are.
I'm Marvin. And you can find me on the IOHO podcast on the IOHO network. And
Hey, I like that on
Yeah.
the IOHO network. Brought to you by IOHO. That's what
Yes.
we're gonna. That's what we're
And
gonna call
Kodak.
ourselves. Yep.
Holy crap! Like I just seeing the shots fired.
You wanna fight him so much,
And
that'll keep him engaged for next week's episode. Darth
I-
Zigzag, keep an ear out for that.
I want to say it right now.
You don't want to do that.
save it. Give yourself some time.
That's right.
Let him wait on bated breath.
That's right.
All right,
Keep
Darth
him excited.
Zigzag. Just to let you know, I do have my own Analyze podcast. Thank you.
Dang, he's cutting his wrestling promo.
I'll tell you there, brother. But you know what? Nothing but love to you. Thanks for your comments.
Cool.
And just so you know, you can find me at Adam_FBGM on Twitter,
Hey,
not Instagram.
gotcha. On
Twitter.
Twitter. Other than that, man, we'll catch you guys next week. I think that's all, right? Biddy,
Yeah.
biddy.
That's all, everybody.
For legal
Yeah.
reasons. For legal reasons,
Yeah.
so we have to end up like that.
Oh, the traveling pants.
Yeah.
Bye.